What we're going to be doing in this tutorial is creating a two-layered image, one of which is going to be black and white, and another one that is going to be colored. And we're only going to reveal a certain color in this image. So to do that, what I want you to do is hold the Alt key and double click right here where it says background. What that's going to do, it's going to unlock the layer so that we can do the effect that we want to do. Then right click on this layer and say duplicate layer, and we can call this the BW underscore layer. It actually doesn't matter what you label this, but it's going to help us understand what each layer is. Now with this layer selected, and not this bottom one, with the top layer selected, what I'd like you to do is to go to Image, Adjustments, and select Black and White. Now right here we can adjust these, but I actually like the way it is by default, so go ahead and hit OK. Now the next step for us is to take the eraser, and what we're going to do is we are going to erase the top black and white layer to reveal the red beneath. So from my toolbar, I'm going to click on the eraser tool. If for some reason there's a different tool, do a long click in this area and select Erase Tool. Then what I want you to do is to up here in the Properties bar, or the Options menu, Options bar, depending upon what you're calling it, select the options for this tool. What we're going to do is we're going to choose a pixel size that's 110 to start, and we'll choose this hardness level right here. What that does is it changes the size of the eraser. You can see as I adjust this, it gets larger. So actually you could go up to 250 if you want. You're probably going to have to change it several times. Now you can see as I click on the uniform, I am erasing that top layer, and I'm revealing the layer beneath it. Right here, I can turn off the layer by clicking the eye to see what's beneath it. And if I turn off the bottom layer, you'll see that there's nothing beneath it. I'm going to keep them both on, and I'm going to work away at this, and I'm going to come back to you once I'm done. Now I'm almost all done, but you can see that my eraser, if I get up here at the top of his jersey, it starts to erase some of the layer off the jersey, which I don't want to do. If I make a mistake, I can hit Control Z. If I make 2 mistakes or 3 mistakes, I can hit Control Alt Z, and I can go back and undo several steps. So what I want to do is I want to change the size of this, and I also want to zoom in. I can do that by holding the Alt key and spinning the wheel on my mouse forward. I can also hold the space bar, and that allows me to grab the canvas and move it to where I want it to be. So what I'm going to do is change the size so it's a little bit smaller and finish these fine details. And I'm going to hit Control 0 to zoom all the way out. I'm going to hit File, Save. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. The original file was a JPEG. What we're going to do is save it as a .psd or a Photoshop file and hit Save. And if you get this message, say OK. And you'll see back in our HDrive folder we now have, or at least we should in a moment, we'll have 2 different images. The original JPEG plus this new file, this Photoshop file that keeps the various layer information that we have already created. One more thing that you can do is say File, Save As, and that's going to create an additional copy, and we can change the file type back to JPEG, but what we want to do is call this drose underscore 2 so that we don't overwrite the original copy. So go ahead, hit Save, hit OK, then take a look at your new drose picture.